It started with a $5 folding table on a sunny Saturday in Aurora, Colorado. I was walking our golden retriever, Max, down Willow Creek Lane. When I saw it, a typical neighborhood garage sale. Cardboard boxes of old toys, chipped mugs, a lamp with no shade. But one item stopped me cold. An open leather photo album sitting on a metal chair like it was waiting for me. I flipped the first page casually. Then my heart slammed into my ribs. There was my wife Lauren, smiling, younger, hair shorter, sitting on a picnic blanket in Washington Park. Next to her was Greg Harlan, our next-door neighbor. Greg, the nice guy real estate developer who always waved while mowing his lawn. Greg, whose wife Melissa taught yoga at the community center. Greg, whose hand rested possessively on Lauren's thigh in the photo. I turned the page. Another one, Lauren and Greg at a rooftop bar downtown, city lights behind them, her head on his shoulder. Timestamp sticker in the corner, July 4th, 2018. Our daughter Sophie was 3 that summer. I'd been in Phoenix for a 4-day job site inspection. I kept turning. 7 years. 7 goddamn years captured. In casual snapshots, Christmas parties where they stood too close. Beach trips I never went on. A hotel room selfie with champagne flutes, her lipstick on his collar. The last photo was dated 3 months ago, Valentine's Day. Lauren told me she was at a work retreat in Breckenridge. My hands shook so badly I almost dropped the album. I looked up. Melissa Harlan was standing 10 feet away, folding baby clothes into a box. She didn't look surprised. She looked relieved. "You're Caleb," she said quietly. Not a question. I closed the album. "You left this out on purpose." She gave the tiniest nod. "I found it in his office last week, hidden behind tax files. I've suspected for years. I just needed someone else to see it too." Max whined at my feet. I paid her the $5, tucked the album under my arm, and walked home without another word. That night Lauren came home from her open house, smelling like Greg's cologne. She kissed my cheek, asked about dinner. I smiled, said I'd grill steaks. Normal. Calm. Inside, I was already 3 steps ahead. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't confront. I did what I do best. I built. Greg Harlan was in the middle of the biggest project of his career, Harlan Heights, a luxury condo development. On 30 acres near Cherry Creek. He needed zoning approval, easements, and quiet neighbors, especially the neighbor whose property line sat smack in the middle of his access road plan. That neighbor was me. Over the next 4 weeks, I moved quietly. First, I formed a small LLC called Willow Creek Preservation Group. Cost me $400 online. Second, I bought the 2 vacant lots on either side of our street, the ones Greg had been quietly trying to acquire for years. Cash offers through a title company. No one knew it was me. Sellers were happy. They'd been sitting on the properties forever. Third, I filed paperwork with the city planning department. Objections, environmental concerns, traffic studies, requests for historic preservation review on the old willow trees along the creek, trees Greg planned to bulldoze. Every filing was public record, every objection perfectly legal, every delay expensive. Greg started panicking at month 3. His investors were getting restless. Construction permits stalled. He knocked on our door one evening, all fake smiles. "Caleb, buddy, you hear about the zoning mess? Crazy, right? Thought maybe you could talk to the board. You know people." I leaned against the doorframe. "Funny thing, Greg. Turns out I own 2 of the parcels you need for your access road." His smile froze. "And I'm not selling." Lauren was in the kitchen. She froze too, spatula in hand. That Saturday, the Aurora City Council held the public hearing for Harlan Heights Phase 1. The room was packed. Developers, neighbors, reporters from 9 News. Greg presented his glossy slides. Big smiles. Economic benefits. Luxury living. Then the public comment period opened. I walked to the podium in jeans and a flannel shirt. No slides, just the truth. Good evening. My name is Caleb Monroe. I live at 1427 Willow Creek Lane, right, next door to the proposed project. I have some concerns. I held up a USB drive. For the record, I'm submitting 63 time-stamped photographs, showing a 7-year affair between my wife, Lauren Monroe, and the project developer, Greg Harlan. The same Greg Harlan who has been pressuring neighbors to sell, so he can build his condos. Gasps. Phones came out. I also own 2 key parcels his access road requires. I will not be selling. Ever. I looked straight at Greg. He was white. Lauren was already gone. She'd slipped out the side door when I started speaking. The council table erupted in whispers. The vote came 30 minutes later, 7-2 against approval. Harlan Heights was dead. Greg filed for bankruptcy 6 months later. Melissa divorced him the same week. She got the house, he got an apartment in Lakewood. Lauren moved out the night of the hearing. She's in a 1-bedroom in Centennial now, working part-time at a title company. Sophie stays with me most of the time. She's 13. She knows her mom and dad aren't together anymore. She doesn't know the photos. She doesn't need to. Last week, Melissa stopped by with a bottle of Cabernet. Thanks, she said simply. I clinked her glass. To new chapters? She smiled. First real one I'd seen from her in years. Sometimes revenge isn't loud. Sometimes it's just refusing to move when someone expects you to step aside. And sometimes the person who leaves the album out on a $5 table changes more lives than the man who took the pictures ever did.